Well, first of all, Shawn, congratulations on the film. I thoroughly enjoyed it,
Good, thanks.
if not more than the first installment.
Good,
But,
and you are definitely not in our sweet spot demographic. I'm loving that, Dominic.
But I got to ask you, I mean, it looked a lot of fun to direct. It must have been a lot of fun to direct, what with the cast and all, and the fact that you were able to shoot it in here, in the Smithsonian. First of all, I got to ask you, like, how did that all come about, being able to shoot here in the first place?
We asked. It
was as simple as that?
You know, we wrote it into the script. It helped that they had seen the first movie. It helped that everyone, certainly everyone in the museum field, knows that our movie actually increased attendance at museums in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I came, they were really welcoming right away.
And so, I mean, how does that make you feel? Because I myself was never a huge fan of history when I was in school, but now all of a sudden, bam, I'm taking a keen interest into it. Was that part of the plan all along?
Yeah, and the weird thing is I'm no history buff. I mean, it's kind of really inappropriate that I am the keeper of this flame. However, these movies have really given me a great excuse to kind of re-educate myself in a broad range of topics. So I know a lot of things on a very shallow basis about many subjects.
Really? Can you give us an example?
Well, like I know that Ivan the Terrible murdered his son accidentally with his pointy staff. That's pretty much all I can tell you. And that was actually in early drafts, but it was deemed by me ultimately to be a little macabre for a family film.
Right. So what were some of the challenges, though, going through and shooting this film? I mean, obviously, being here in the Smithsonian, I hope you guys didn't break anything or anything like that.
No, we were very careful not to break things, and they wouldn't close the museum for us because it's the most popular single museum in the world.
Right.
So we came in while they were open. And because of that, we knew we had to kind of execute really efficiently, really quickly, and it just forced me to plan. I'm already a neurotic planner, but it made me more diligent.
So you guys shot some of it in Vancouver, is that
Yeah,
right?
because I knew, for instance, that I needed Amelia Earhart to steal the Wright Flyer, which was suspended from the ceiling the way we've got airplanes hanging above us. I couldn't really do that here. I don't think they would have liked that very much. So we shot here. All the stuff had been entering and taking it in, and then we built one display hall in Vancouver.
Okay. What are you hoping that, I mean, I know that a lot of children are very much into both movies, and that's a great thing, I think, as far as, you know, being able to learn about the world's history is concerned, but it's, what are you hoping that audiences around the world take away from this film?
I hope that they're inspired to learn more, and above all, I hope that the main theme, which is that kind of maybe there's no aspiration more important than to find something you love doing and to kind of remember that it's a blessing to get to go to work every day and love what you're doing. Certainly it's what I want for my own kids, and I think it's what most of us want for our kids, and that's the theme of the movie, doing what you love with people you love.
And there's no shame with being a night watchman in a museum, is
Well,
there?
that too. You know, when we went to New York, actually, the night watchman who was there when we were filming last year went up to Stiller and was like, "Dude, you've made me a complete stud. Thank you."
Sure, his sex life has improved
I don't know about
tenfold.
sex. I make family films. I didn't say that. That's your word.
One last thing, though. I mean, you've worked with a star-studded cast in this movie, more so than the first installment. I mean, you've got Owen Wilson, you've got Ricky Gervais, and Steve Coogan. But can you tell us any stories, funny stories that might have taken place on the set?
You know, people always assume that these sets with big-time comics are filled with hilarity. The most fun is the fact that every day you had some comedic heavyweight trying to crack up Ben Stiller. So, you know, literally one day it's Bill Hader trying to make Ben laugh. Another day it's Jonah Hill, Christopher Guest, Hank Azaria. So it was just half the time I got to sit back and watch like Clash of the Titans in the comedy world, and it's what makes the movie so entertaining, I think.
And can I ask you, because I'm a huge fan, I'm British myself, and I'm a huge fan of Ricky Gervais's work. I mean, why was he... I mean, I understand that he was supposed to be given a bigger role this time around, but I understand that he was busy with other commitments.
Ricky was directing the movie when we were making this movie. So he was very clear up front that he had like a day or two.
Right.
And so we conscientiously bookend the movie with Ricky. Once again, he did the script, but then he improv'd a ton of the stuff. And should there be more nights at the museums down the road, I can pretty much promise everyone Ricky we're definitely looking to beef up Director McPhee's presence in the movies.
Now that you mentioned that, any chance that you might explore maybe history from the other side of the world, perhaps Asia, China, perhaps?
I think that there's a good chance that if we make another one of these, it will not be set in the U.S.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you do get to come around to Asia. It would be great to have you there.
I've not been. It would be a pleasure. I've looked forward to that for a long time.